as long as the Celtics don't get down by a lot, if the Celtics can pull it out. But if Miami gets to jump on them, it could be dangerous because then things start to get tight.
Yeah.
They start to get nervous. People expect them to win now. And we'll see. I have to admit that I actually am a fan now of the Celtics, and they are like one of my teams. So
okay. Are they one of your teams or are they your team? What is it? Are they your team?
Well, I feel that you can have two. I feel you can have two main teams.
You can't have two main teams.
Yes, you can. You can.
No.
You can have two.
No. You have to have one main team.
Well, I've got two main teams.
Oh my gosh.
This is former Chicago Bear Desmond Clark. And y'all hear me on many podcasts, but when y'all hear me on Pick'em Pros, y'all know it's all about family. This ain't just business.
We're coming back tonight. We're going to tie it up 2-2, go back to Golden State, then 3-2, and then we're going to control the series.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You know who it is. I am Derek Thompson.
And I'm Diego Thompson.
And who are we?
We're Pick'em Pros.
We are the Pick'em Pros coming back at you in the house. Man, it is Memorial Weekend. It is Sunday, May 28th. We are out here on a little vacation in an undisclosed location in North Carolina, man. It's beautiful, man. It's a nice day. Got a nice little rain, but it's cool because we're just lounging around. And so happy because we've got playoff basketball. We were thrilled that the Boston Celtics gave us a game 6. So we were just going to be happy with that. But lo and behold, we've got a Memorial Day game coming up, and we've got a game 7.
Yeah, we're going to go about a really long time, about a week and a half with no basketball. Now it'll just be about 2-3 days. So
yes,
good for that.
Man, thrilled for that. And so much so to where you actually went overboard because you had to rewatch the game. So it's Sunday afternoon right now at time of recording. I've got to hurry up and get this polished up and get it put out because you fell asleep on the game last night because you were in a total food coma. Explain yourself, man.
Well, my mom fixed some amazing grilled burgers and bratwurst for us too, and I enjoyed that during the game, but I got a little sleepy, so fell out and missed a lot of the game. But I got my stuff. I watched it. So I got my information straight for this.
Okay. All right. You're up to speed now.
Yeah, I'm up to speed.
Finally. We tried to resuscitate you. We were trying to wake you up. It was no hope. When we finally got you woken up, all you heard was, "Oh my God, it was an amazing finish," and you were so out of it. You didn't even know what was going on.
That was exact. I just heard, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened." I didn't know what happened. So,
crazy. All right, well, let's dig into it, man. Now that you're properly up to speed, what happened last night?
Yeah, well, of course, we all know about Derek White hitting that tip back at the end, but I'm gonna lead you up to that. So, good game. The Celtics got up to a 10-point lead. They hadn't been playing that well for a lot of the game. They shot, I believe, 7 of 35 from 3. Their worst 3-point shooting game all year.
Yep.
Tatum played well with the 31 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assist game. Made all 15 of his free throw attempts. That is a lot of free throws, but he did make all of them.
Yeah, he did.
But Jaylen Brown got 26 and 10, I believe.
Yep.
Marcus Smart, Robert Williams played great defensively.
Yeah.
The Heat didn't play well at all. Jimmy Butler only shot 5 of 21 from the field. Bam only scored, I believe, 10 or 11.
Yeah, he didn't play. The role players played well. The role players carried them, with the exception of the big threes that Duncan missed toward the end. But
Duncan played well up to that point, but Yeah,
Yeah.
so the role players play well, and Boston got that lead in the fourth quarter, and then Jimmy Butler got on fire for a little stretch. He got a couple jumpers in a row. He made those 3 free throws at the end to give them the lead up 1 with 3 seconds left.
Yep.
And then people are like, "Oh, we're gonna go to the finals," and all the fans are excited. And then Marcus Smart shoots the 3 right off the inbound and misses it. But the whole team seemed to be sprinting straight to the basket, and Derrick White happened to be right there to tip it up a tenth of a second.
Yeah. So the buzzer, the time expired, but he just barely got it off. He just barely released it with 1/10 of a second.
Yeah.
I didn't think in real time. I didn't think it was good. Like when he missed the shot, I thought the game was over. I'm like, oh man. I saw him tip it in, but I'm like, man, he didn't tip that in enough time. And then they start reviewing it like, wait a minute, it might be good. And even on the initial slow motion replay, I still didn't think he got it off
Then
in
once
time.
you played it a second time.
Then you could really see. But man, that was just absolutely amazing. So it was great to have that. Great to have that on Memorial Weekend. And now, hey, you got to have a Game 7. So that's awesome. So, great recap of the game. Let's talk about the key adjustments because, again, after Game 2, I felt this series was over because Boston Celtics were playing undisciplined ball. They weren't playing the same defense that they've been playing. And they really haven't been playing discipline all season. Yeah. So I didn't feel that they could all of a sudden turn it around and break all these bad habits in such a short period of time. And they had zero margin for error. I felt they would go to Miami, split the next 2 games. I thought Boston would actually win Game 3, but lose Game 4 and end up losing in 6. I feel that the best thing that ever could have happened to them was to get blown out the way that they got blown out in Game 3. Because that just totally humiliated them. It forced them to become disciplined and make the changes that they made.
Yeah, everyone was down on him.
Right.
It was all that. So, down the coach saying he should have been fired and all that.
Right. And they fell into some of those bad habits yesterday, so they weren't as clean as they had been earlier. But the defense was there. The defense was unquestionable, and that's what carried them throughout that game. But ball movement is key. In Game 7, they're going to have to do a much better job of moving the ball around. Can't be step back threes every single time. Tatum, in the first half, when he was really on fire and scored 25, he made some nice mid-range shots. And I've been saying since last year he was going to have to develop the mid-range shot. And he finally started doing it. It's like, oh man, the mid-range, it looked fluid. Good.
He got the ball, did like a 2 dribble pull up.
Yes.
A couple turnaround mid ranges. That's what we want to see from him. So. Yes,
he can't. Tatum cannot rely on getting all the way to the basket every single time. That's not going to happen, especially right now in the playoffs. You're not going to get that every time. If you drive, you get a couple dribbles in, you clearly have it, great. But he's got to take more floaters, more mid-range shots. That's going to be key, especially if they're able to get out of this round. They're going to have to do that. But they're making a lot of the key adjustments that are needed to play. So Game 7 is going to be crazy because the Heat are going to bring it. The Heat are going to show up.
They're going to be rare. And Boston's got to match the intensity and finally get another home game. So they only got 1 in this series. So.
Only 1 so far.
They lost the first 2. That's crazy.
So let's talk about Derrick White a little more. Derrick White has been arguably the most consistent guy for the Celtics throughout this whole series. He's been shooting well. He's been deadly from 3. Clearly, he had that big tip in, so everyone's going to focus on that. But just talk about Derrick White's performance throughout this series so far.
Derrick White's been really key for this team. His shooting the ball, he's always been for this team throughout the whole season is consistent. When Tatum and Brown are off, he's still there. He's gonna still keep shooting at a consistent rate. And his defense, his second team all defense this year, and is carrying into the playoffs. Just still playing well. He's playing really good defense. Then that tip in, he saw that he wasn't gonna get the ball passed back to him. There wasn't enough time, and he sprinted as far as he could to the basket just to get that tip in.
Right.
So he's been really key for the team.
And in the midst of sprinting, he actually hesitated for a second just in case they needed to kick it to him
Yeah,
for
exactly.
a quick
That's
two.
what I mean. He was there, and then he saw he wasn't going to get it, so then he
And then he just kept
sprinted
going. Crazy.
right there. So.
Crazy. All right, so let's talk about Jimmy Buckets, man. Jimmy was amazing the first 3 games. Since then, has not been the same Jimmy. But he's been the same as far as his confidence. You know, he's certainly been winning the press conference.
At the
He's
podium.
eating popcorn after, I believe, Game 5, doing everything to show that there's no panic, that they've got it under control, that they're going to win. What's your take on where he is right now and his confidence?
Well, I think his confidence is a little too high right now, and because I don't think he should be doing it. Like, I think he should just be more locked in, like the Nuggets, I'll say, because the Nuggets, they didn't play around. They just said, okay, we're just gonna sweep these guys in LA. And I would think that Miami would have that same intensity based off their whole culture and everything that they have there. So. But apparently they haven't, and they messed around these last 3 games, forced the Game 7, and they got to be ready for this one. So yeah,
they're gonna have to be ready. Well, we recorded a short post yesterday before the game. Again, I brought the chain here on vacation. I had it, not wearing it though. Again, I'm holding it. And I don't want to jinx them.
I thought you were gonna wear it.
I don't know. No, I'm not gonna. I'll wear it if they make it to the finals. I'll wear it. And then I'll have a big decision to make because I've been talking about the Nuggets. I've been buying gear in preparation for the matchup, and I may have to put all that gear up. You know what I mean? So we're gonna have a big
like, trade it in or something.
We're gonna. I wouldn't trade it in because I'm an NBA fan, so I'll definitely rock it. I just wouldn't rock it during the finals if I have Boston. So we're gonna have to see.
Well, Boston's been your pick all year, so I think you kind of need to.
They have been my pick, so probably have to stay.
I wouldn't
with that.
abandon them now. So.
We'll have to see as we have our next show, which will go out Wednesday. It'll go out the day before the finals, so we'll record it Tuesday night and we'll put that out on Wednesday. So we'll recap Game 7 and of course make our picks there. But yeah, just had to bring the chain out again, bringing them luck. Not wearing it, not gonna jinx them, not gonna wear it until they get to the finals if they do. So just had to pull that out, man. But did you ever? Because again, when after Game 2, when it looked like they were done to me, and then after Game 3, it looked like they were even more done. Did you ever, although never on the show, after Game 2, you actually said you still thought that they had a chance?
I thought that the path was going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that after the second game they would have realized and then won 3 in a row.
Okay.
And then I still thought that they were gonna win, but I thought it would be just different. So I never gave up on them.
Okay. So all right. Now, what about after Game 3? When they got blown out after Game 3, did you, even though you never said, did you in your mind think they were done? Because I think if everybody's honest, everybody thought they were done.
Yeah, I thought they were done after. I wouldn't have said it on the show, but I kind of thought
in your mind, after
Game
Game 3.
After Game 4, I was thinking about it, but after Game 5, I was like, okay, they're gonna come back and win this series.
Yeah. It was like, again, getting blown out like they did in Game 3 was really the best thing that could have happened to them.
And actually, in Game 5, that one possession, it was early in the game when they swung the ball, swung it all around.
Yes,
got an open 3, got an offensive rebound, got another offensive rebound, and then hit it for the 3. Which is what they've been doing all year, swinging the ball, need to get offensive rebounds. So once I saw that and the TD Garden was going wild, I knew they were gonna.
It's crazy.
I knew they were okay.
It's crazy. Well, I want to talk about the Nuggets because since our last episode, they hadn't completed the sweep yet. So I want to do a quick recap on that. So let's go ahead and just go to that now. So Denver Nuggets, man, give us your take on just that whole series and how they took care of business against the Lakers and swept them.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I said the Heat should have done earlier in the show, but they should have. But they came in with that mindset, of course, sweeping them, and which is what they did in LA. And I think I kind of I kind of feel bad because LeBron saying oh, I'm considering giving up on the game and all that stuff like that. It's kind of taking the spotlight off of Denver, which just swept them and go into the finals for the first time. But good season, and you'll see, depending. I might have them winning. I may or may not have them winning the championship.
So you may or may not. But you lost your mind and had a little kid tantrum during the last show when I pulled out my Nugget shirt.
I said I probably will, but I'm not officially. I can't officially say my pick, but you might copy me, so it might have to. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
You might.
All right.
And it would be even very bad. So you're considering.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm certainly prepared either way. So I've got the gear either way, but I don't think you do though. Unless there's something I don't know about. I don't know if you're prepared for the finals.
I don't need gear, man. I just show up.
Okay. So if you, this actually could be a good question for the audience. So if you're a fan of a team, is it okay to wear other team gear? You know what I mean? Because you're diehard.
Oh yeah, you're the one that needs to ask. You have Celtic gear, Celtics gear, Memphis gear, Boston gear, Golden State gear, Denver gear.
Yeah, Denver gear.
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
you even have Utah gear.
Yeah, I got Utah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
I can't even count all
so you are a diehard Warriors fan, and that's clearly what you have.
I mean,
but you do have Pelicans though. You've got the Zion because you're a big Duke fan.
Yeah, I'm a Duke fan, so
you've got the Zion shirt.
Just like if I got like a Tatum Duke jersey, I don't think I could,
Yeah.
Or just a regular Tatum jersey. I don't know.
Interesting. I think it's okay.
And I have the Rodman, but he's a throwback.
Yeah, you do have the Rodman, but that's a throwback. That's a throwback. Current. Well, my Utah's a throwback. My Utah's a throwback.
That's different. That's different.
So. And that was also a gift to me. So.
That's still.
Yeah. I think it's cool to do. I'm sure some people would be totally against it. They're diehard with their team. You never see them. I mean, I guess you can't wear probably a rival, team's gear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if it's another team that you like, that's not a rival.
And if you're going to a game, if you're going to a game,
true, because that's kind of the thing now. I mean, any game you go to, it's like almost like you have to wear the gear.
Yeah, exactly.
To an extent. So. Yeah, either yours or the opponent's gear or something.
Yeah.
So that's a good question. We'd love to know your take. Is it okay?
I could rock a Jokic.
Yeah, you rock Joker. Okay. All right. Yeah. So we think it's okay within reason to wear other team gear. I may go a little overboard, but that's all right. But I do have to admit though, I mean I'm kind of like it's kind of like Fast and Furious. We saw that last night. Fast and
Furious have to do with that.
Well, hold on, I'm getting to it. So, like, we saw that last night. We saw Fast X. That was great show. Highly recommend that. If you have not seen the latest Fast and Furious, it was great cliffhanger. So, looks like they'll be back for another one. But my point is though. So, starting this show, Pick 'em Pros. We're picking the teams and what. I've always hated the Celtics actually coming up, right? But in being in the show, I picked the Celtics last year. So the Celtics were my pick. And by watching their games and hoping they win and cheering for them so I could be right with my pick, I then started to emotionally get caught up in the team and the players. So now I have to admit that I actually am a fan now of the Celtics, and they are like one of my teams. So
okay. Are they one of your teams or are they your team? What is it? Are they your team?
Well, I feel that you can have two. I feel you can have two main teams.
You can't have two main teams.
Yes, you can. You can.
No.
You can have two.
No. You have to have one main team, and then other teams that you like, but they're not like your team. They're not like your squad. That you can have a team that you enjoy to watch, but they're not. If they're playing prime time, you go, okay, I can watch that team, but that's not like your team.
Well, I've got two main teams.
Oh my gosh! You can't have two main teams.
But hold on. But let me get back to my point, my analogy. See, I'm like an undercover agent, right? I'm like an undercover detective.
Undercover agent.
I'm like an undercover detective, right? That had to be part of.
What does that mean?
That had to be part of the street racers or something like that.
Oh,
and then
okay,
I emotionally got caught up right?
In the street racing.
Yes, into the street racing team.
So the
you know what I'm
Celtics are
saying?
the street racing.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. So I've emotionally,
so
I was on assignment.
Okay,
I
so you're
emotionally
Paul
got
Walker,
caught up,
okay.
and I'm basically like Paul Walker with
So you're
that.
basically Paul Walker.
Fast and the Furious, yeah. All right, so we've totally gone off the rails here. So let's get back to, I don't even know what we were talking about. So anyway, so we're talking about Denver and the guys here. Are they getting enough respect?
Well, I think now they're sort of getting the respect they deserve. I think before, at the beginning of the playoffs, they weren't really getting it because we hadn't really seen a lot of them, and we were saying that Joker shouldn't win MVP because he had already won twice. Embiid had a great year, and he hadn't made a deep playoff run yet. Joker hadn't made a deep playoff run yet.
Yeah.
But I think he has proven us wrong, and so he got that. So I think that they got their respect, and it's just and they're favored in the finals. I think against whoever it is.
Yeah. I think Denver would definitely be favored no matter who they face.
Yeah, I think they've earned their respect, at least from us. So
I agree. I feel they have they definitely have it from us for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gone out and bought a whole bunch of Denver gear. They are definitely
shorts,
they are
jerseys.
definitely it might be some more you don't even know about. But yeah, they are
really?
definitely
May or may not. Do I get so?
No. They definitely are the real deal. And the thing is, you have to do what they're doing now to get that. So you're not going to get that respect until you do it. And
they earned it.
Even though the narrative was all about the Lakers after their series, during their series, and after their series, that's not going to be the narrative during the finals.
Yeah.
The thing about the Lakers is the Lakers are done. So
Exactly.
people will talk about it during that short news cycle. They talked about it during the series and a day or so after, but they're not going to be talking about the Lakers during the finals.
Exactly.
And guess what, Denver? It's going to be all about you.
All
you know
about
what I mean? So it's going to be all about you.
There's no LeBron or whoever.
It's going to be all about you. And if you win it, it's really about you. And then when you come back, then you'll start to get some of that treatment that they were giving the other teams. So
that's how it's earned because Golden State was a laughing stock.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And then now they get they get tons of respect.
Now they
Chicago was a laughing stock before Jordan came, and then they got respect.
And I have two more examples for you. When I was telling you about the greatest show on turf, back then the St. Louis Rams, right? The first time they got to the Super Bowl and actually won, everyone was like, "Oh, this is awful. We don't want to see the St. Louis Rams." They were a laughing stock.
Yeah.
And then they came back the next year, and everybody was excited because they knew the team, they knew the players. Same thing with the Bengals. When the Bengals went to the Super Bowl the other year and played the Rams, everyone was like, "Oh, the Bengals. Nobody wants to see the Bengals. The Bengals stink." And then last year, this past year, even though they didn't make it, everybody was cool with the Bengals. They were hyped about the Bengals.
They were excited to see
because they
them,
knew about the squad. So
people would be cool with them making the Super Bowl over the Chiefs. So.
Exactly. So that's kind of the same type of thing. Yeah. All right. Well, before we get out of here, man. All right. So who's it going to be? Who are we going to see in the NBA Finals? Who's going to win this Game 7? Is it going to be Denver versus the Miami Heat? Or is it going to be Denver versus the Boston Celtics? Are they going to complete this comeback from 0-3 and be the second Boston team in history to come back from an 0-3 deficit?
Yeah, I already kind of said it, but officially I'm going to say Boston is going to win Game 7 and be the first NBA team to ever come back from 3-0. It'll be 1-150 on that mark. So and there have been 3 other teams to force a Game 7, but none of them had it at home. Yeah. So that's different. So I think they're going to close it off.
It's going to be big. The stadium's going to be rocking. It's going to be great to have that Memorial night. But again, Miami's going to bring everything. So they can't just rely on the fact that they've got it to Game 7. They're going to have to come out. They can't get down by 10 right off the bat. They're going to have to either take the lead or just keep it even throughout. But they can't be fighting uphill all day long. So I think that first quarter is going to be very telling. Yeah. And you'll know where it's going to go off of that. So I feel like if it's close, as long as the Celtics don't get down by a lot, if the Celtics can pull it out. But if Miami gets to jump on them, it could be dangerous because then things start to get tight. Yeah. They start to get nervous. People expect them to win now. And we'll see. So, but it's going to be great. We'll definitely be watching.
Interesting.
All right. So, hey, we're going to enjoy it. Check us out. Our next show, again, will drop on Wednesday. I believe that it will be May 31st. So it'll be the day before the finals. And then we'll be coming out a lot throughout the NBA Finals. After most games, we'll try to come out with a post. So it's our time of year. And hey, man, if Boston can pull it out, who knows? You never know. We got the Boston last year. Maybe we can convince mommy to get us back out there. We'll see what's up.
I think she's cool with going to Boston.
We'll see. But for whatever reason, she doesn't want to go to Miami.
Oh, man, who wants to go to Miami?
Yeah, who does not want to go to Miami? I don't know. All right, let's see. All right. Well, yo, enjoy the weekend. Enjoy sports. Happy Memorial Day weekend. We'll see y'all next time. Until then, Pick 'em Pros. We are out.